Reloading Bench back with you once again, and I'm going to say it's going to be an Inline Fabrication Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, and I received a package from Inline Fabrication that I wasn't expecting so quickly. So I was reloading last week, and I got to noticing how flimsy this has become. And part of that is due to me switching over to a larger bin. So I used to have a bin this size, and I really didn't pay attention to it in terms of when it was full or half full. I would empty it, and the sag or the level of movement here isn't that big a deal. But when you swap it out with a larger capacity bin, because this is essentially 30% larger, when you start filling this up, you can see that there's a lot more hang to it, and it's starting to actually pull this away. So I went online, and my first thought was, oh, let me see if I can reach out to Dan and if he can mock something up for me, or at least make something comparable to something like the bullet tray holder, something a lot heavier, powder coated than something as flimsy as this. And lo and behold, he's got that on his site, so he beat me to it, and I'll show that to you in a second. Here's the unwrapping, unboxing, whatever you want to call it, of what I think is going to do the trick for me. And I'm trying not to get cut today. Not a good day to bleed. Then again, I don't know of any day that's good to bleed. And if this is packed like anything else from Inline Fabrication, it's going to be challenging to open. Okay, that was a workout. Paperwork with the order, business cards, kind of the usual stuff from Inline. I'll try not to destroy the finish before it's even been used. And okay, so what's interesting is no screws came with it, which I don't know that I was expecting any screws. And because of my press and how it's mounted on the riser, it has very little clearance left on the actual nut. It just barely makes the end of the nut. So I zipped over to the hardware store earlier and picked up a little bit longer bolt because I had a funny feeling that this would just be thick enough to make the difference. And as expected, extremely heavy duty. I mean, could be a weapon. So once this is bolted on, I don't see how this would possibly move. Next step. Out, as I showed you, one of the bolts. I am not going to try and do this on screen and balancing camera with the weight of the press and trying to get everything in. So bear with me, and the next shot will show this installed. This is heavy duty as all heck. I mean, that is really solid. And any tray that pops on there, get get a better view. That's, I think the plastic will definitely break before any tray will. And just so you can see the previous, look at the, you can see the bend. It's not so straight due to the weight. So I don't think any bullet weights would be an issue there. And let's see if, throw a few bullets in here and see if they actually step out of the way. See if they fall in, because now there's no ramp there. So maybe it makes sense to have that as close as possible. We'll see. Problem solved. And let's see what it's like with the Mega Bin. Oh yeah, that's not even moving. And throw a few bullets in here. And see what the characteristics of reloading finished rounds. So it looks like there's enough of a lip that even if I had to pull it in, I'm not seeing anything that would give me concern. So I will call this done. Merry Christmas.